Now don't get me wrong, GT3 cars are absolutely incredible. I have a blast driving them, but they're also driven by approximately 97% of the sim racing community all of the time, every day, forever. So today, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going down the route of touring cars, and for this one, we are in the front-wheel drive Volkswagen Golf GTI TCR. Now, I'm absolutely no expert when it comes to driving TCRs. Equally, I'm no expert when it comes to driving GT3s either, but I had just as much fun driving this thing as I would in any other GT3 race. Which kind of begs the question, why aren't more people playing this? I'm really enjoying RaceRoom at the moment. The content that they have on offer is absolutely fantastic. Putting the free combinations to one side, everything else they do so well, and it honestly has me scratching my head as to why more people aren't playing this sim. As always, if at any point during this video you find yourself enjoying it, please do remember to hit that like button. I mean, you can hit the like button now if you really want to, but you might hate this video. If you did hit the like button now though, you would be considered quite a legend, and if you want to be an even bigger legend, please do consider hitting the subscribe button because, well, that would just be a really cool thing to do. But with the formalities out of the way with, let's get ourselves strapped into the car and out on the track. Come on then, a little bit of TCR action. Makes a bit of a change to the usual GT3s. Plenty of wheel spin off the start there, not fantastic. And we're very bogged down in third, this is not a good start. Oh, we're so pinched on the apex. Somehow we've made it through without any contact. Oh, we had to back out with that as well there. This guy's squeezing me off the circuit, which is very nice of him. Got a better exit though. He's still squeezing me. Missed a gear. It's a bit unfortunate. We've gone down the inside. He's just turned across us like we're not there. Sadly, RaceRoom doesn't have a built-in flasher function, which is a shame. Go for the inside again. He's gone very deep, but we've made it work. RaceRoom doing their fantastic track limits thing again. There's nothing like getting 5 incident points before the end of the first lap. Could be worse though, I suppose. So there we go, first lap of TCRs. So I think I'm the only person that's chosen the Volkswagen for this one. There is actually a little bit of a reason for that. I've been fortunate enough to own 2 Golf GTIs so far. And I absolutely loved both of them. And then not too long ago, I actually put down the deposit on a road version of the TCR. It was a fantastic spec. It was a grey 3-door, really, really nice. Put the deposit down on the car, and a couple of days before picking it up, I just thought, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of research on this car and just see if I can find the previous owner, see what they've got to say about it. Obviously, it wasn't new, it was used. And I'm glad that I did, because I actually did manage to track down the previous owner of the car through Facebook, to which they very kindly informed me that the reason why they'd sold the car was actually because, or the reason why they no longer had the car, sorry, was because it had actually been stolen. And the garage that I was buying it off claimed that they didn't know that, which I found a bit hard to believe, to be totally honest with you. So promptly backed out of the sale of that one because I didn't want to buy a car that I knew had been stolen and joy-ridden around the streets, much like what I'm doing with this TCR, to be totally honest with you. It was a bit of a shame because I was very excited about that car, but at least I can drive a version of a TCR in RaceRoom. Not that I'm very good at driving these TCRs, but they're certainly a whole lot of fun. Although front-wheel drive is just so frustrating. It's so frustrating to drive because you want to get on the power desperately, but you've got to be so much more patient. And these have no ABS, no traction control. But if you try and push the front end just that little bit too much, it will just wash out wide. And you have to back out with the throttle, which just costs you more time. But if you can get it right, it's incredibly rewarding. But stuff like this is, in my opinion, exactly what RaceRoom is actually really good at, but more often than not, the splits are just a bit empty, which I think is a real shame. Let's see if we can get ourselves a bit closer onto the back of this little group here. Get ourselves a fight. See if we can try and squeak our way into the top 10. Which would be nice as a TCR noob. The hope is that as these guys are busy fighting each other, we can just duck underneath one of them and steal a position here or there. That guy was super early on the brakes, very cautious. I don't think that was worth the incident points that I've just picked up for it, mind you. But it's another position anyway. Lock the front right up a little bit there. There's a little bit of steering angle still on. So we approach the braking zone. Let's just hook our tyres over that curb to try and help us rotate the car. Another tiny lock up. And a huge whack over that curb on the inside, which won't have really helped us very much. But it's put us up into P12, so we're not far off that top 10 finish that we want. We've got 1.6 seconds to P12. Come on, let's see if we can close that gap. We'll take the track limits, why not? We might as well, we've got them to use. It definitely requires a totally different driving style to something like a GT3. I mean, obviously, you would very much expect that, wouldn't you? To be fair, it would be strange if it didn't. problem is I don't know where it is I'm losing time, other than evidently everywhere. I don't know how to get this car to go any quicker. What the hell, we might as well take another one. I think a round wheel would definitely be better for this, but sadly we do not have one. But it's quite literally just a very nice change of pace, to be totally honest with you. Just driving something a little bit different. Although we just can't seem to find any pace on the guy ahead. Maybe the Volkswagen wasn't actually the wisest pick for this. It's satisfying when you get it right, though, I have to say. You know, you can really feel when you get a good exit. Equally, you can really feel when you lock the tyres up. You can also really hear it as well, and it's a very annoying noise. So I was able to do a 2:05 in qualifying, but so far I've not been able to replicate that in the race. It's getting a bit scruffy now, this guy. Got ourselves onto the back of him. But as they say, it's one thing to catch and a whole other thing to pass. I feel like I need a shifter. I figured I'd do the action, you know, just in case you didn't know what I meant for some reason. Well, we're a couple of tenths up at least. It's gone a bit deep in there.
That's what she said!
Nice move, I'll take that. It's P11. Come on, one more. It's a big gap to try and close though. And that little half move has not helped us. And another track limits, because why not? RaceRoom likes to just give them out for fun. I mean, 3.4 seconds in 1.7 laps is going to be a very tall order. But this is so much fun, honestly. I know it's not been the most exhilarating race, but we have made a couple of good overtakes and the cars are just really fun to drive. Which does make me wonder, why do we just keep playing GT3s over and over and over again? When we've got stuff like this that we could be driving as well. Man, how is that guy in the 202s? That is just insane. Where is that time? If anyone's a veteran TCR driver, then please do highlight in the comments where it is I'm going wrong, because I genuinely have no idea. We're almost in the 205s, but to be 4 seconds off the pace is just kind of crazy. This is a fixed setup race as well, so I can't even blame it on the setup. Is it that the Golf is just really slow? I honestly haven't got a clue. I'm sure it's something painfully obvious that I'm just not seeing, but I honestly don't know what to do differently. We are making up some time though, which is good. It's just too little too late. We've got the gap down to 2.6, but unless he just falls off the road, I think P11 is what we're going to have to settle for. I mean, so much fun though, honestly. Very rewarding to drive. Tricky, but very, very rewarding to drive. Take a little track cut there, because why not? I mean, we did get the gap down, but it just wasn't enough. Sadly, it just wasn't enough. But honestly, really fun racing. Highly recommend that you try out the TCRs in RaceRoom.